welcome to episode 2 of Life from the Fairway with Drew Does Golf and Andy Swings. So let's talk about a major story in golf this week is Anthony Kim with a humongous comeback win in Adelaide today in Live Golf after being relegated last season for not playing so well. And a lot of things have come out on his situation, a lot of speculations, and for him to come back and win throughout all this is pretty insane, considering how bad we've seen him come out and struggle and stay positive last year. It just goes to show you.
Yeah, I mean the little story he gave, along in the last year of his comeback, it's good news for everybody, honestly, because watch him come back and deal with what he's done and be able to get through it, and it's for his sake, definitely, to go through all that. He definitely needed to feel like he was able to crawl back from that mistake, because like he said, he didn't even really understand how much the game of golf really, meant to him, really, because he wasn't even really absorbed in it. He was more absorbed in himself.
He literally said that he didn't he literally told Dave Faraday, he was like, I never really loved golf. And I mean, you think about a guy who was going out and so many people loved him, and he was idolized there for a little bit in the 2000s, and for him to say he didn't really love golf, when you got
3 wins and such a short career, even though they weren't majors.
Well, not even just that, even me, dude, me and you, we don't go out and shoot in the 60s or play at a professional level, but I can tell you this right now, there's never been a day that I actually was like, I just really don't love this game. I don't think I love golf anymore.
And in golf, to be the top 150 at any given time, to be on that tour, to aspire for that, I mean, that's, once you realize you actually have a shot, yeah, you can aspire for that, but I mean, as a young kid or whatever, you're not really probably thinking about it like that. So for him to just kind of wind up there through all his drug abuse, I could see how that could happen for some people, but for him to realize he took advantage of it, take his losses, come back, that's what's more important.
People speculating that he literally was doing cocaine between holes at Augusta Nationals and the Masters that he played in.
Listen,
I mean,
somebody's done it.
This is crazy.
If it was him, then it was him.
I mean,
done it.
We've all had our speculations about what happened to his nose and everything like that. We kind of all know it was he got a deviated septum real bad.
Yeah, what's there to talk about, right?
He got new meaning to his life when he had a daughter, which is something that I can definitely relate to. When you as a father, when you have a daughter, it definitely changes your heart and touches you in a certain way. Makes you want to be a better man.
I don't know if the drug abuse came or the
he had already got off drugs by the time he
had kids.
And somehow or another, we did a little bit of research and couldn't really figure out how he ended up in touch with Greg Norman again to get back on the Live Tour.
We're not sure how he got on Live, but
apparently Greg gave him a call. He was already practicing up on his game a little bit, and he started practicing even harder. And that's when he says he realized he didn't even ever love golf, and which is crazy. In itself, that he didn't ever love golf, but it's now he's fell back in love with the game. The guy played really rough last year, did not have a good year, didn't ever really reach his expectations, and even Phil Mickelson went on record on Twitter of saying, big fan of Anthony Kim, big fan of the comeback and everything, hope that he smashes it next year. And then Anthony Kim gets relegated. Ends up coming back, playing in a Live promotional event, finishes pretty well in that, ends up getting the comeback, and takes Patrick Reed's spot on the 4 Aces. And very first tournament of the year for Live Golf in Adelaide, Australia.
Somebody was going to get it.
Maybe the second tournament, actually, I'm sorry. But
yeah.
When he shot at 9 under today?
Yeah, 9 under coming in tough.
I mean, that's pretty.
He was wanting it for sure.
I mean, that's on fire. That's pretty much on fire. This is a guy who also went to Oklahoma University, turned pro in 2006, gained his PGA Tour card in 2007. He had 3 career PGA Tour victories.
Yeah. 3 in 3 seasons or something like that.
And then he, was injured, and this is when the whole insurance thing came about that even he can't really speak on. He says he's not at liberty to speak on.
It's like, he's not permanently down.
No.
For them to pay him, should he have gotten it? Whatever. I don't know. Who knows? I could see where all the stories could go on the internet, but in reality, it was obviously was justified. So let's just give the man his
flowers,
his piece on that, and let the man live. Just,
was that bogey free?
Yeah, it was bogey free.
That was a bogey free 9 under today.
Yeah,
that's insane. He birdied 4, birdied 5, birdied 7, birdied 9, birdied 12, 13, 14, and come 4 birdies in a row, 12 through 15 there. Cooled off a little bit on 16 with a par, birdied 17, and parred out on 18 for the win. Had John Rahm on his tail, it looks like, huh?
Yeah, John shot 9 under on Friday.
This is Liv's schedule this year. We got Hong Kong next, Singapore, South Africa, Mexico City, Virginia, Andalusia, Louisiana, UK, New York, and Indianapolis. Their season ends early too.
We'll try to go to New York.
That'd be sick, wouldn't it? So shout out to Green Swing Outfitters. Been gracious enough to be sponsored by him for quite some time in my social media journey, and we've built a pretty good friendship. Great guy, great business owner, great small business owner here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So it's locally owned and operated, and I'm proud to be a part of the team. I've been repping it for probably, I'd say, close to 18 months now, and
you've dedicated quite a bit of your space and content to help partner with him, which is awesome.
I mean, he's a great guy. We play golf together quite often, and we get out there and have a good time, and he's looked out for me from the start, especially as far as promotion and using me in advertisements and things like that. It's really helped get my name out there, so I can't thank Hudson enough. Good friend of mine, and you've had the pleasure of meeting him and playing golf with him as well. And,
yeah, awesome guy.
He's here to help you upon your start of your social media journey also, which is great.
He's an awesome dude. Meeting him, he's got a good purpose in the company, and we definitely, as locals and people with small businesses and stuff, we definitely want to be able to partner with people who are bigger dreams, smaller business.
Also, if you guys want to go check out some of the gear, like the hats you see here, maybe a shirt, you know what I mean? You guys want to go check out the gear, go to greenswingoutfitters.com and don't forget to use code DrewDoesGolf at checkout for an additional 20% off. We're going to move on to our second topic of the podcast today, which is going to be a good question.
You want to show them your notepad?
Yeah, for sure. A pound for pound, the best YouTube golfer right now. So I think me and him are both gonna, and when I say pound for pound, the best YouTube golfer, this is not just taking like skill into account, like who can go the lowest, because in my opinion, if that was the case, it'd be no contest. It'd be Brad Dahlke. I mean, I think he's as far as skill wise, I think he's the best YouTube golfer right now. And
I'm still a little confused on what I'm going to say as an answer.
So pound for pound goes as far as like you got to factor everything in. Good content, good personality, great play, or even bad play. Who orchestrates their operation the best in your opinion? And I already really know your answer. I mean, we know who you're biased with. But
I don't know what you're going to say to that.
But pound for pound, the best YouTube golfer in my opinion right now. And it's a cliche answer, whatever. But I mean, I think I gotta go with the Golden Boy, Grant Horvat, because what he's doing is money. Everything that boy touches turns gold right now. Let's be honest. I mean, he's in the driver's seat, and it doesn't look like he's looking in the rearview mirror anytime soon. That boy's windshield is much bigger than his rearview mirror right now, and I'm happy to see it for the guy. He took a chance on himself, leaving good, which was turned out to be huge.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think anybody who gets the chance to take a bet on themselves, is a good way to be able.
And
to
they threw the kitchen sink at the kid. They said that they offered him more than the company was even truly worth at the time.
Well,
and
obviously,
he's seen the bigger picture.
When money is not your motivation, you can see things a little bit more clearly.
And he also talked about how he wasn't able to really regain his faith and make his channel more about his faith and his relationship with God and family and what was, you know, most important in his life other than golf. You know, he didn't realize how strong his faith was until he got away from Good. Apparently, he's actually spoken upon that you know, he felt like he was nowhere near as close to God and everything until he went out on his own. And you know,
yeah, but
it's just a feel-good journey in my opinion.
That's not like a throw shade at Good or anything.
No, it's not throw shade at Good, but it's like saying that he felt like, you know, that maybe God was calling him to do something else. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I would definitely say maybe.
The good Lord talks to us all in His own way.
Yeah, I would say definitely somewhere around in those lines. Not really to step away from Good, but more a way to.
And as far as personality, I mean, it's hard not to like the guy. I mean,
he's easily likable. I mean,
it's hard not to like the guy. He's very entertaining to watch on the golf course. Let's be real. I mean, you know, I'd love to go
entertaining.
Yeah. I'd love to go tee it up with Grant. I mean, you know, but as far as his content and his editing style and everything him and Sky have going on, I think it's a really good little operation. You know, he's the most wanted collab as well as the most watched. So, on your end, who do you think is pound for pound the best YouTube golfer right now? And we're going individual as well. So
yeah, I've watched all these channels when they were smaller, much smaller. Before when I first got into golf, the first things I do is dig deep into YouTube to see where my personality fits in with certain people that are highly crafted at their skill.
Yep.
And I landed upon people like the Bryan Bros early, and didn't even know who Wesley Bryan was when I found the channel. Getting into that channel, you know, learning more about the tour through Wesley and everything, it was nice on that. But then you also have, you know, on the European side, Peter Finch.
Yep.
And between him and Rick, I watched a lot of Rick, but Peter to me was always more or less the kind of guy I gravitated. His content, I was always kind of like checking that every couple days. You know, him and the Bryan Bros are earlier. Now they still had like probably, I don't know, 50 to 100 and I don't know, 50 to 75,000 subscribers probably.
Shout out to the Bryan Bros. What, 750 right now?
Yeah, 750. Yeah, and 50,000 is, you know, that's a good amount for YouTube. That's a good traction there. But
I'd kill for 50K.
But gone through. If you go through my history, I bet every Bryan Bros video has a red bar across it.
Yeah.
Every one.
To be honest with you, let's go with an honorable mention for second because this is such a diverse thing and there's so many creators that we do like and enjoy. I think an honorable mention for second would be a good idea.
Yeah, I got one.
I'm going to say honorable mention for second behind Golden Boy for me is definitely, it's got to be Bobby Fairways, man. I mean, and it's not because of his, we all know, it's not because of his golf. Bob has the most, and this is the God's honest truth. What him and the crew at Bob Does Sports are able to do each week, putting together these videos and keeping the content very fresh and humorous constantly and relatable.
Very entertaining.
He is he's the best entertainer pound for pound right now, and I will say that without a doubt. Bob, and he's a brilliant businessman. I mean, the guy's a billboard for every fast food restaurant you can think of right now. Just like Wesley Bryan teases him about, you know, your guy Wesley teases him, how can you make a living off something that you're so bad at? You know what I mean? And Bob's just there for like, you can tell he's such a vibes guy, man. I think I would, out of playing golf with anybody on YouTube, I think I'd enjoy it more with him.
He doesn't even know how he landed where he's at, and that's the most beautiful part of the whole story. You know, he'd tell you, who would have known I would have been here, just throwing all these random ideas out there, begging for something other than
something to hit,
other than what I'm doing, which is working.
You know what the turning point for him was, and a lot of people don't remember this. The turning point for Bob Does Sports was when he picked up Joey Coldcuts, and he told him that they were going to play Pebble Beach. And they went and played Links of Victoria, which was the worst fucking golf course in the entire fucking state.
I saw that.
There were bricks in the middle of the fairway. That whole crew, I don't think it can work if you add anybody else or take anybody away the way it's structured for them right now. Because Joey provides mostly.
Just them two alone could be their own channel.
Oh yeah,
You could take FP away and
shout out to the Jet for sticking by Bob like he did when Bob took a gamble and quit his job at the at the hotel and everything like that. And he told Jet, he was like, look man, I don't have any money to pay you, but I can promise you when I pop off, like, I've got you.
There was no when, or it was maybe an if at the time.
Now let's go with your answer for your honorary mention for second there.
Shooter McGetty.
Shooter McGetty.
You don't even know who that is, do you?
No, never, not familiar.
Well, he's coming up new on the scene as far as YouTube goes.
Shooter McGetty.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shooter McGetty. Look him up.
All right, we'll check that out. That's a nice shout out.
I've sent him to you before. It's a shame on you. You don't know.
I may. I mean, I just not right off the top of my head.
Yeah, something real interesting about that guy for me.
Okay.
I relate really well with him. But you
Like
check
that.
channel is no large production on that yet going on, but get some early intake on that channel.
Let's talk about the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am this week, man. Somebody we actually talked about on the channel last week, ironically enough, talking about their iron play wasn't what it used to be 3 years ago, and my lord, was it this week. Colin Morikawa comes through with a huge victory this week at Pebble Beach. 20, what was it? What did he end up shooting today? 22 under.
For somebody who talks about their iron play, I mean, for him to cut it over the water on 18 for a chance to, I mean, he could have bogeyed.
Yeah,
honestly.
easily.
I mean, coming over the water, he would have been dropping with still like 160 out. I mean, he could have bogeyed.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what winners do. So.
Yeah. Baller's gonna ball, man.
That's what he did.
That's one thing about it. He what did he end up shooting today? He shot a 67 to come in today, actually, which is pretty strong at Pebble Beach on a.
Yeah, it was the 62 yesterday.
The 62 yesterday that propelled it. His FedEx Cup standings starting today were T129 after 2 weeks, and I can guarantee you that just shot quite a ways up, because now he has 700 FedEx Cup points.
You said he was what?
It's T129 in FedEx Cup points. Coming into the week. No, he won 3.6 million today.
Yeah, that was the winning first. Yeah.
He won 3. Wow, fuck, the PGA Tour is really trying to be just like that.
Well, they raised their payouts.
To.
Yeah, they had to.
They had to. So let's talk about some other honorable people. Colin Morikawa with a kick-in birdie on 18 to win. Obviously, Sepp Straka started to make a charge. Scotty started to make a charge. Fleetwood was there.
Yeah, Sepp gave himself a chance at
somebody else
messing up the birdie.
Min Woo was right there. Can't forget Min Woo. Min Woo with a tie for second today at 21. Right.
Min Woo he picked up a win at some point last, right?
Yeah, he's got a win. I don't remember exactly when.
It wasn't too long ago. 2025.
2025, the Texas Children's Houston Open. I remember winning that tournament, actually, because remember he held off Scotty. I thought.
Yeah, I'll say he's gotten a win, which was I want to see him win more.
Is Minwoo from Australia?
Yeah,
Okay.
Him and my man.
Jason Day, J Day, big J Day fan right here.
Big J Day.
I mean, dude, and if you guys haven't watched the Lads golf channel yet on YouTube, dude,
that's some great content.
I hate to promote like humongous channels on such a small channel, but at the same time, you guys go check out the Lads. Really, really solid content. J Day's showing a different side of us, different side to us that he was never able to kind of show.
I think his channel only had like 50K. Last time I checked, yeah.
But still, though,
undercover.
I just think it's
right there.
I think it's so cool
Sleeper
to see this personality that we could never see on tour.
And he's with his friends in that channel.
Yeah, like so. Bat and all those guys. Like Ryan Ruffles and so really entertaining group. Another group that I really enjoy watching. Would be Luke Kwan and Sam and Taco and the boys. Very, very entertaining.
Yeah, Taco's real entertaining.
All right, so Scheffler unfortunately could not get it done this week. Let's see what his breakdown of his rounds were from this week. He shot a 9 under today with an eagle on 18 coming in. Just couldn't get it done. He went 72 in round 1 and that killed him. 66 round 2, 67 round 3, and a 63 today for a total of 268 strokes in the AT&T
It was a real passive start. Didn't do it.
Akshay Bhatia was actually leading at one point today and did not get it done. What did he end up shooting? He shot even par today. You can't do that on Sundays.
Yeah,
it 65, 64, 68, 72.
I mean, that put him out by several strokes, so he knows it just wasn't an aggressive finish. And
Shane Lowry with a strong week at 18 under. Not bad at all. Jake Knapp up there, smoothest swing in golf. Of course, he was up there last week. Nice little 18 under. Roy McIlroy with a T14 this week at 17 under.
He's disappointed.
Yeah. Cantley, the slowest player. Him and Brian Harmon. I'd never. That's two pro golfers I'd never want to fucking play golf with right there. I can tell you that. Brian Harmon or Patrick Cantley. I couldn't stand through those fucking waggles, dude. The waggles would be too much for me. I'd like to give a shout out to two guys that played golf with us this week out at Riverbend. It was a pretty good experience.
Which they should see on your golf channel, right?
Yep, they'll see it in the video that I'll be putting out, some of the reels that I'll be putting out from Riverbend, possibly a 9-hole YouTube video. Haven't decided, haven't even looked back at the footage yet. But London Sweets is one of their businesses. I believe that was Sean's business. And then Vance owned Hamilton Golf out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I believe London Sweets was out of Lowell, North Carolina, wasn't it?
No, I think he was out of Spartanburg.
Out of Spartanburg. Yeah. Okay. Two great guys that we play golf with. Wanted to give them a shout out here on the podcast. They were gracious yesterday. Good vibes. Played some good music all day. Just fun guys to play golf with.
They were playing for $1,000. Yeah, they were. Is what you told me.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. They didn't give us that information to start with.
I heard him mention it before we teed off. I didn't want to say anything during the round because
that explains why he had some frustration.
Yeah, that's a little bit intense there a couple times.
Yeah, but, made sense.
Those were two good guys. It's usually when you get paired with somebody, you don't know how it's going to go around here in these parts. And
yeah, sometimes. I mean, if you look at it that way,
got paired with two pretty good guys yesterday. So let's talk about how we played. Let's talk about how we played this week.
I know you want to talk about how you played. That's fun.
We played out at Riverbend yesterday, and I came out early, got warmed up, felt pretty good. You know what I mean. So get to the second hole, get through the first hole with a kind of a routine par on, hit an absolutely terrible tee shot, swiped it right, which is kind of a rarity for me. My missus left.
Yeah, you hit it out of bounds.
And so I had to drop it. We didn't see that the ball was out of bounds. Course was pretty packed, so we move on up. Thought it would have been in, but it wasn't.
I knew exactly where it was. So you couldn't find it.
Dropped.
No, went right to it.
Hit my third shot. Hit a really good 56-degree wedge. Actually crisped it pretty well. Had a kind of a hard pan lie.
Right into a tree.
Right into the very edge of a limb. Because I had to push draw naturally. A lot of you have watched my channel, you know that. But
you just should have hit a 7-iron punch.
Yep. And I was trying to go for a flag to make up for the fact that I had already lost a stroke.
Well, you ate your medicine and moved on.
Yep, and I ended up making a 6 there. It ended up getting real bad. I chunked another wedge after I hit the tree, and then kind of chipped up and 2-putted. But get to the net. Then after that, I snapped into it.
You played well. You played well all day.
Yeah.
For the most part. You had some mistakes, but those are what you're learning to get around.
3 over on the front's what I ended up. I parred every single hole after that. Just couldn't get any birdies to drop because every good shot that I would end up hitting would be right on the slope or right where it was a double breaker or just above the hole, and I was having to play very defensively on the greens on that front 9 there. So, could have got it a little lower than 3 over, but had to play really defensive. Front 9 for you wasn't exactly what you wanted, but wasn't.
No, the whole day went terrible, but it was. I mean, on the grand scheme of things,
hadn't played them.
My ball striking from the fairway was A1.
Life from the fairway. Shout out.
It was great. Yeah. Now, I felt like getting to the fairway was a struggle. That's my issue these days. My thing yesterday was mainly I didn't capitalize on my good stuff, so that it didn't give me much motivation toward my bad stuff, and then I got caught up with, between our own little personal match, you were up by like 7 strokes after 10 holes, and that was a little upsetting.
It happens. I've been down to 7 to him after 10.
And I knew that if I wanted to come back with 7 holes left, if I wanted to get 3 or 4 back, I had to shake you a little bit.
Yeah.
And the only way I wanted to really try to shake you was just I wanted to earn it by beating you on that drive on the par 5. You hit it.
That was funny.
You hit a great drive. And you had a favorable wind, and it was literally 70 yards out of bounds at one point, and then it's 20 yards or 10 yards inbounds.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was a massive. And I can't even say it was a toe draw because I actually hit it in the middle. I just pushed drawed it so hard.
It was in the middle.
And I ended up it was like the hole was playing probably into that wind. Into that wind, let's say the hole was probably playing 520, I would say, and I was 200 out with a hybrid in my hand, so that's always nice. I think
with where you're at, when we saw it come back in bounds, I was like, well, I know where he is. He's down at the bottom of the hill on the right side. All I got to do is crank one dead in the middle. If I crank one in the middle, I'm about 5 to 7 yards right.
And we're talking hole number 2 at Riverbend. If some of the people watching this are going to be familiar with that course. Yeah. I actually hit a really good pitch, almost holed out for eagle, and then missed a 4-footer for birdie. Another instance where the putts just weren't dropping. The par 3, and stuck one to about like that. Did I 3-putt there? Or did I 2-putt?
I was fighting all day, man. I couldn't pay no attention to you.
Yeah. No, I parred it. And I got to the next hole, hit a massive drive there on number 4.
Yeah. You hit a good drive on 4.
That was the best dispersion ball with my driver I had all day.
And then you had a what, 52 degree in?
No, sir. I had a 60. I had a full 60. I was playing full 60.
80 yards?
No, I was 94.
Oh, 94 yards, and you bladed it over the back, right?
Yeah. Kind of just like I caught it just a couple low for sure. It wasn't favorable. About 110 yards is what it ended up getting out to, and I had a tough pitch and ultimately missed another short par putt there in that situation. And also, I will give him this in his defense. Yesterday, he really caught some bad breaks. He did. He didn't.
I just couldn't putt.
He didn't get the members bounces.
I'd have been okay if I could have putted.
But end of the day, with an 82 at 10 over par. Yeah, so I bogeyed the last four holes of the day. Shout out to Riverbend Golf Club for always being gracious enough to have us out and let us film. Never said anything to us. We know all the staff up there pretty generally well, and they know us by name. They,
why would they?
They like us. But shout out to them for always keeping a good golf course for us to play. Great greens. If you haven't got out and played it yet, it's in Shelby, North Carolina.
Best in Cleveland County.
Best in Cleveland County. Let's talk your favorite feeling in golf, man. What is your favorite feeling in golf?
I would say probably like visualizing a chip in.
And then executing it.
Yeah.
That is a good feeling.
Because I try to visualize them all, and they don't all go in. So it's
nice when they do.
I
think my favorite feeling in golf is like when you're playing a match with somebody, and you hit a green, but you're like 35, 50 feet away, and you got that just really long putt that everybody's thinking, yeah, this guy's gonna 3-putt right here. And then all of a sudden, and the match is close, and all of a sudden you just, boom, 40, 50 footer. It puts a shock in the playing group and your partner, whoever's involved in the match. When you drain a big one like that, I just think draining a long putt really feels
they're definitely
surreal. Like you can attest to that. When we play, that's something that pisses you off is when I drain those bullshit ass long putts.
You're known for hitting a 30-foot putt.
Yeah. Out of the blue.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Out of the blue. So I think that's my favorite feeling.
And it's normally right when I'm focusing in on a nice 6-foot birdie putt.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm about to get a 2-shot swing here.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, who's this ball coming out of the corner of my frame right here? Oh, it's Drew's ball. And then, bink, right in the hole. It's like, was that a par? Yeah. Oh, well. And then I missed my birdie putt. And then it's like, I didn't get anywhere. I didn't get anywhere with this hole.
And I think that's like another thing like I've really worked on in my game is like you're gonna have days where like the ball striking is really not gonna be how you want it more often than not, and some days you got to just figure out a way to still put up a decent score when you don't have your stuff. And I think when it comes to lowering my handicap, I think it simply comes down to this: like, I have to make less mistakes around the greens and less mistakes off the tee box. You know, like second shots. If your short game's good, sometimes you can get away with a little bit of marginal error. You know, like you can get away with a little bit of
You can get away with a lot.
You know, if your short game's
If
good.
your short game is up and down all the time, you can get away with a lot.
So that, I think that's what it's going to take to lower my handicap. What would you say it's going to take to lower your handicap this year?
I just need a better routine. I get off mentally. It's all mental. I mean,
Let's talk. What's the? This is a good channel. We want everybody in the comments to kind of interact with this one and let us know what's the best course you've ever played as well. We're going to talk the best golf courses that we've ever played, and it boils down to only one. We'll give a little bit of information on them and move on to the next topic. And as always, if you've made it this far into the video, we really appreciate you watching. You know what I mean? We hope you'll subscribe. We hope you're enjoying what we have to offer so far, and know that it's only gonna grow more over time, as well as as our audience grows.
Might be a
with
slow
us.
start for us, but
Yep.
we're moving along.
What's your favorite golf course you've ever played?
So my choice was Suffolk Golf Club in Virginia. It was just the first course I thought about. Driving from where I live to Virginia Beach, there's a little 4-lane highway that you get off on, off of I-85 northbound, taking you to Virginia Beach, and it's literally right off that highway, and you drive right past it, and it's just out in the middle of nowhere. It's absolutely gorgeous. It was like $40 the day I went. If you're passing through Suffolk, Virginia, which I think was the name of the town, please give that place a visit.
Oh, nice. My favorite course that I've ever played, I think it kind of boils down to a tie. It's like, and I hate to make it a tie, but it's a tie between Wolf Creek and Pinehurst too.
You see who's got the money.
It's not money. It's not money.
Oh, it's not the money. It's not the money.
It's
but
not.
I only had to spend it to get in.
It's not how much the courses cost that make them so good. It's just the history.
No, that's not it.
It's the history of Pinehurst, and not only is it the history there, that course is a freaking dog.
No, I make fun of the money and all of it. Yeah, it's not about the money.
It's
no,
a freaking dog.
It costs a little money to get in there for a reason.
It's a freaking dog of a golf course. If you think your game is dialed,
and I've never been there, so I don't know. But
if you think your game is dialed, and you think you think you can attack a Donald Ross masterpiece, and you think you're gonna go in there, and you think you're gonna go attack some pins and make some birdies, and you think all the stories that you hear about Pinehurst #2 being wicked, if you think it's all bullshit, and you think you're gonna go in there and wring its neck, of course it's going to bend you over real quick.
well,
As far as the tee shots, it's either fairway, fescue, or sand. That's all you got. No, dude, it's tight.
I know.
I'll say this about Wolf Creek. Wolf Creek is just up there simply because that was the most beautiful view I've ever seen on a golf course. Like, honest to God, seeing that desert view out there.
I saw your pictures. It looked absolutely beautiful.
I mean, just seeing that desert view was insane. It was kind of surreal, and I was like absolutely terrible at golf at the time. So maybe someday me and the Miss will get to go back out there and hopefully play it again someday.
All right, so we're gonna finish up the podcast here with another 2 little random questions for Drew. He don't really knows it's coming, so I just wanted to know what sparked this whole podcast for you. I was sitting around. I'll give you a little information on my end. I was sitting around. I'm like a critical thinker. You know me well, but for the audience, I do a lot of forward, like, casting in my life, like almost like trying to determine what I want for myself, like what possibilities are out there for myself, and what I feel like what good it would do me. Mm-hmm. Is it achievable? Can I do it with everything else I'm doing already? Is it something I can add to it? Mm-hmm. Is it something I should teach to someone else? So anyways, throughout all that thinking, I thought to myself, I wanted to do something else. and it was right around the time that you messaged me saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing a podcast. Would you be glad to join me on it?" And I was thinking, I'm glad someone around me is thinking about doing something for themselves, because there's just so many people these days walking around with so much talent and so much, loss of purpose. If they just put some purpose to themselves for something, it would go a long way. That's not a shade to you or anything.
Oh, no,
I'm not
sure.
saying that to you. I'm just saying in general, a lot of people need a purpose, and if they just would throw something out there and until something would really grasp with themselves, just try something. So it was just nice to see someone around me, because at the time I currently didn't have anyone. So what started the podcast? Anything in particular?
I would say just generally at first, like my first thought with it, the first way it popped in my head is like, I think when you're trying to make it as a content creator, I think you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity.
I've heard
So
that
at some
before.
point, it's time for you to start like branching out and putting in more effort, and putting yourself out there a little more, instead of just showing one side of you, or maybe just a couple shades of your personality to your audience. This gives you an opportunity to show more of yourself off the golf course, which is something people are entertained by as well. Obviously, because there wouldn't be video podcasts like this, or you look how many people watch the Brilliantly Dumb show every week by Bobby Sports. I mean,
He would say not enough.
Of course.
Yeah, he would say not enough.
And Bobby likes that bread, but but that's that. I'm not saying they inspired me to do this or anything, but just like the wanting to be more diverse with the content, wanting to get more out there.
Well, they obviously didn't develop podcasts.
No.
They've been around a long time.
But like, it's just like I wanted to develop things more, and put a little bit more effort in, get myself out there a little more. Every single, like, you look at your videos and you might see your numbers aren't where you want them to be, but like what you don't realize as a small creator is like every single one of those clicks and every single one of those likes and comments and that little bit of love that gets shown here and there, it means so much. You know what I mean? And it adds up, little by little. And not even just that. Like I looked at it as a good opportunity for me and you. As much as me and you love golf, and the good times we've been able to share on the golf course. You know what I mean? And I think it's just a good way to, with you starting content as well. Getting into golf content yourself, and
I wish I would have stuck with it when I first started, but I mean, we pick and choose.
It's just
I made a choice.
Felt like it was a good time just to start something like this, considering like we both want to see where this can go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think this is just another step in the right direction to doing so. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just motivated by making it or anything like that. Like, I enjoy, we're doing a little thing, hanging out on Sundays and, spending some time recording, talking our own little current events, families getting together, what I mean? It's a good time. And I mean, I just looked at it as a good opportunity in multiple ways.
Yeah, I definitely see everything you just said, for sure.
I mean, and this is only our second episode, man. So if you guys are still watching right now,
Well, the first one never came out.
yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
But
due to technical difficulties.
But this is definitely trial and error for us, and it's only going to get better over time. So anybody out there that might be watching this that is also doing a golf podcast themselves, maybe if you want to reach out and give us a little bit of advice, and
or just doing anything in life.
Things that
besides laying down and crying about it.
Exactly. But like, if you want to give us some advice about maybe some trial and error you had starting your podcast,
give us some advice.
Yeah.
We need it.
But as far as inspiration, I just looked at it as a really good opportunity for both of us.
Okay, great answer. So knowing what got you here, if this is the beginning of the year and we're just getting started, can you give me one little small goal that you've got in mind for the podcast itself by the end of the year? And I don't mean something like a follower number. That's so cliche.
So you don't want an analytic goal.
Yeah, piss on that. Let's get smart about it. You obviously, if you're gonna do something, it's gonna come along with views. So I mean, get the views out of it and think about, what's a goal that for the podcast we can achieve that would accumulate all the options, all the above.
Really, Maddie? Are you kidding me?
What?
Wow. No. She's my wife is hilarious. I love her. I love her so much, dude.
She's probably right about now.
No, let me show you.
Is she not right?
Let me show let me show you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's okay. One little, I'd say, one.
She's also right about now.
I want to be able to say that each week from here on out, by the end of the year, that we put out a better episode each week.
Okay, what are we grading better on? What's better?
Just feel like we got better. Feel like we got better. Maybe just small wins that week. Maybe we felt a little better on camera. Maybe we flowed a little better. Maybe the topics created a little more laughter that week. Maybe the topics created a little more debate in the comments that week. You know what I mean? Just something gets a little better, that much better, that 1% better each week. I like that. I think that's a good way to say it.
Live from the Fairway. Today is Sunday, the 15th of February. I hope you guys had a good Sunday, and we'll see you guys next time.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Help us get this out there. This is a new venture for us, and we're looking forward to bringing you guys better and better content each week. Thank you for watching.